All right, welcome back, guys, to Jerk Block Talk, the coach about making, no, that's not what it is. It's the show about making better coaches, so I'm sorry. I'm Jason Fernandez. We are here at CrossFit Right. I'm here with Cassidy, one of our team members, and today we're gonna talk about cueing. So one of the big errors is, specifically as a new coach, you educate yourself on all the stuff and all the faults that are going on, and then my way to coach people is tell them what's wrong all the time. So for instance, if Cassidy was squatting with a super narrow squat stance like that, and he'd get a couple reps in, what most new coaches are going to do, and they'll be like, hey Cassidy, your squat stance is really, really narrow, and blah, 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 blah. And ultimately, that is not the answer to what is going wrong. And what I really want you to think about is this. So if you've ever shot a gun or anything like that, or if you've ever done any long range shooting, you would know that I would have a spotter. So if Cassidy and I go down to the shooting range, Cassidy's shooting, we're shooting, 500 yards or longer. He's shooting, I'm his spotter. And every round that Cassidy throws down range, my only feedback is, you missed, right? So at some point, Cassidy's gonna turn around and punch me in the face because I haven't given him any sort of useful knowledge in order to correct what's happening. So that's the way I want you to think about it. So the key here is give direction, not explanation. Give them what you want them to do. Don't tell them what's wrong. What is wrong is solely for you as a coach to internalize and then provide the solution. So let's go through a couple scenarios. Today we're going to use just the air squat. So in that same example of him squatting with a narrow stance, right? So this would be the way I don't want you to do this. So he's squatting with that stance, and I would say, hey Cassidy, your feet are too narrow. Again, all I've done is provide him with the problem. What I need to provide him with is the solution. So again, if I see him squatting with a narrow stance, I'm simply gonna say, Cassidy, widen your stance up. And if he widens up into a position that I'm happy with, then I'm gonna give him some feedback and be like, yep, that's better, turn your toes out a little bit. Good, right? So that's one example. Again, let's use another example where I'm happy with the squat stance, but maybe the knees are coming in, right? And this one, I see this one a lot. They're like, hey Cassidy, your knees are coming in, your knees are coming in, your knees are coming in. And likely what's probably gonna happen is you're not gonna get a correction if that's how you're going about cueing your athletes. The better cue is, when that's happening, Cassidy, push your knees out. Knees out, good. Keep doing that, good, awesome. Now, again, providing direction, not explanation. The last one you might see in this one is they just have maybe an immature squat, or worst case scenario, a rounded back. So if that's happening, I could tell them, hey, your chest is coming forward on the squat, your chest is coming forward on the squat, your back is rounded, your back is rounded. Or I could tell them how to fix it and say, Cassidy, pull your chest up in the squat. More, take your hands and put them up higher. Good, so now we have a much, much better movement there, okay, and relax, okay? Again, so the key here is give direction, not explanation. What they're doing wrong is largely irrelevant. It does not matter to the athlete, specifically in, Cassidy, if you were doing Fran, and I was just coming around and telling you and trying to talk to you about what you were doing wrong, is that of any use to you? No. Especially in Metcons, guys, you have a very, very tiny window to make a correction, which means you should limit that to direction only, okay? Leave the explanation for later. You can talk to them about it after the workout. What they need you to do is fix the problem and fix it right now, okay? So again, if you're unfamiliar with how frustrating that is, go to the shooting range, bring somebody with you. Don't do this as like a husband and wife combo, because it could lead to some possibly murder in that scenario. But go to shooting range, have somebody spot you, and then have them give you no direction when you miss the target. You're gonna get super, super frustrated, and it's no different for the athlete, okay? All right, guys, if you have any comments on cues or anything like that, put them in the comments. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.